Shocking as it may seem, GM is getting back into the Mint 400 racing. That's right. They're going to do some desert racing, and it might surprise you with what they're actually going to use to race. Good me. And, I'm hard to shock.
Is this so hard? That's what she said.
What is going on, All Terrain Nation? That is right. But first, if you have not yet, go ahead and smash that like button for me. I greatly appreciate that. And over 80% of you have not subscribed, but you still watch my videos. I know YouTube doesn't think it's important, but I think it's important. Go ahead and do that for me, and I would greatly appreciate that. So let's get into today's story, and this comes to us from the newsroom over at GM. The Chevrolet Silverado EV ZR2 off-road race truck concept tackles the Mint 400, and let's look at this bad boy. That is kind of fun. I'm not going to lie. You guys know I've been hit or miss with EVs. I did have one of these Silverados on order back in 22 when they first initially announced it. And they just never gave us any updates. And finally, this year, they started cranking these things out a little bit. But I moved on. There's newer fish out there. And I have, unfortunately, we have to swim upstream to be caught by a bear or something. I don't know where this is going. But anyways, the ZR2 race truck there that they're going to do for the Mint 400 looks pretty freaking rad. And we'll blow this up and talk about it. But 35-inch tires on this thing. Look at all the armor around it. Yes, it's going to be fun. My biggest takeaway is this. Is it going to be able to handle racing? And I like racing, and especially, I did a video a couple weeks ago where I'm like not a fan of NASCAR trying to get into EV, but for truck racing, I think there's a lot of potential here because the best way to make parts better is to go out and race it. But, the extreme stuff like trucks, they need to be bounced around. These batteries need to be shaken, and just whatever the Mint's going to do to it is what needs to happen to this. So that's kind of exciting to me, but we'll get into this. Chevrolet unveils the Silverado EV ZR2 off-road race truck concept of the legendary Mint 400 off-road race, where the truck will compete in the notorious event as a part of Hall Racing's team's lineup. And if you don't know Hall Racing, a couple years ago, they were when the Colorado first came out, they broke one in half and still finished the race. And not only finished the race, they won their class of the race, which is badass. And of course, you can see the picture. But it says there's no better way, no better proving grounds to test the limits of our vehicles than competitive racing. Scott Bell, vice president of Chevrolet, said the ZR2 EV race truck will use 98% of GM parts, showcasing some of the best of Chevrolet to produce beyond capable pickup to tackle the challenging race of the magnitude of the Mint 400. And I 100% yes. Now, do I think it's going to finish the race? Let's get into that real quick. I bet it doesn't finish the race this year, but you damn well better believe next year they're going to come back and they're going to have built on this, the success they learned from this year, and it's going to carry on down to all the cars and trucks we all like to drive. So I'm big into this, maybe not the NASCAR side, but I'm definitely big into this side of it. And I'll eat crow on the NASCAR side and say, yes, that will help EVs be better as well. But racing, especially off-road racing, yes, 100% I'm all into this. And hey, GM, I'd like to go to the Johnson Valley with one of these. Just test it out. I'm just saying. You can throw me the key fob, whatever. I'm just saying I would do it. But we'll get through this article here. It says through the concept, the ZR2 race truck follows the same winning formula of the ZR2 family, the Colorado and the Silverado ZR2. So we're going to get lifted front and rear suspension with specific off-road tuning that continues to deliver on pavement. We're going to get a multi-dampening, their multi-matic dampening system on there, which is pretty cool. Locking differentials, which boggles my, it's a push of a button. It's programming. There's no real differentials in this thing for it to lock, or as far as I know. Underbody skid protection, which definitely the EV is going to need that. They're going to need to be, they're going to need that. And another takeaway from this thing, it's going to be heavy. And I mean, like probably 8,000 pounds heavy. This bastard's going to be heavy, and I hope it finishes the race. But it says the high-performance off-road ZR2 EV race truck concept came to life quickly in only 5 months of development and features roughly the 98% of the GM parts. The cornerstone of the race truck's off-road chops is the prototype multimatic adaptive spool valve continuous adaptive dampers. Say that really fast. These dampers provide the off-road performance that are more than 13 inches front and rear wheel travel. So combined, thing's going to have, this racetrack's going to have 37-inch tires. And part of why they're doing this is get down here. The reveal comes as Chevrolet prepares to launch the 2026 Silverado EV Trail Boss. Now, Trail Boss has always been their kind of off-road, not full ZR2, but kind of that more affordable trim for off-roading, and I think that's pretty cool. It's going to be the first oriented EV variant. The Trail Boss is more than capable off-road with the Silverado EV with its factory lift installed, 18-inch wheels, and 35-inch tires. So we're going to get 35-inch tires with the bad boy when it comes in the Trail Boss, which is kind of exciting to me. Once again, you know, the proof's in the pudding. I want to see this thing finish the race, be competitive. I think it will. Obviously, it's going to have a hell of a race car driver behind the wheel, so we know it's the steering wise, it's going to hold up. Now, will the actual body and frame and everything, whatever this thing's made of, hold up? Time will tell, but it does perk my attention there, and I'm kind of excited for this. So in the comments below, let me know what you think about this. Does this excite you? I know it's EV and it's not for everybody, but racing is racing. And when you get behind the wheel out in the desert, there's no better feeling in the world. And I mean that. There's just no better feeling in the world. And that's what she said. So whether it be two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, or these badass mother effing EV pickup trucks that are in race form, I damn sure want to drive. It's been your All Terrain Nation. I'm your host, David Boyd, and we're out. Peace, everybody. Love y'all.